Hey guys, my name is Nikki and I want to welcome you here to Carrie Grace. Alright, so today I'm going to be sharing with you my tips for using the Walmart grocery pickup service. This is a service that I was very hesitant to start using when it first came out. I really just kind of drug my feet. I was convinced that it wouldn't be for me. I wanted to pick out my own produce. I wanted to go through the line, take my kids even though they were fighting, all that good stuff. I really just didn't understand it. There were some things that I wasn't quite sure of, and then I finally gave it a try. And if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know that it has quickly become one of my absolute favorite things. It saves me a ton of time and it saves me money. All right guys, so I am not at all sponsored by Walmart. I'm not being paid to talk about this. I do have a referral link, but it's a referral link that anybody can actually have on their own. So you, even if you don't have Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you can still have a referral link and you can actually refer your friends. Your friends will get $10 off of their first Walmart grocery pickup order, and then you will get $10 off of your next grocery order. So for me, if you use my referral link, I get $10 off of my next order, and then you get $10 off of your very first order. So anyway, I just want you guys to know that I'm not being paid to say any of this. I'm just sharing it because I really like it. Okay, so today I'm going to be sharing my tips so that if it's something that you have wondered about, or you're not sure about, or you just have some questions about, I'm going to hopefully answer those questions for you so that if you haven't tried it but you wanted to, then maybe this will make it easier. Okay, so one thing, and I didn't write this one down, it's not the most important thing, but it just popped into my head, so I'm going to share it with you so I don't forget. But for a little while, I was a little bit hesitant because when you go to Walmart and you make a purchase, you get a receipt. At the bottom of the receipt is a TC code, I believe it's called, and you can scan that into the Savings Catcher app, and then if the items that you purchased were on sale for a better deal anywhere else in your area, you will get the difference back into an account, and you can use that to put towards your next Walmart purchase or whatever. And I used to kind of rack those up, and I was like, I can't do that with my grocery order. But I don't know if this is new, like something that they've recently started, or if I just didn't see it the first several times that I did Walmart grocery pickup. But when you get your receipt electronically, there is a TC number, and you can copy that and paste it into your Savings Catcher. And if it finds lower prices somewhere else, you will still get your price match difference. So I just want to throw that out there. All right, so I do have some notes because I'm hoping to kind of just stay straight to the point and actually answer your questions. I did put a call for questions on Instagram in case somebody had any specific questions, and I did get a couple of questions, and they were ones that I was already planning to talk about, which is awesome. So I'm gonna just kind of jump right in. All right, so my first tip is for adding things to your cart right away. So you know how you're finished something up, like you use all the mayonnaise, or you finish the strawberry jelly and you need to write it down on your list. Instead of making an actual list, I go ahead and I open up the Walmart grocery app on my phone, and I just add it in my cart right then. That way the next time I'm going to purchase and pick up groceries, it's already in my cart and I didn't have to think about it. That's my first tip. My other tip is to make sure that you are taking advantage of your favorites. When you open your Walmart grocery app, down at the bottom, there is a little heart that says favorites, and you can add items to your favorites. So things that I purchase almost every time I go to the store, or maybe just purchase a lot, I go ahead and add them to my favorites, and I make sure that when I'm making my big list and filling up my cart, I make sure I go through those favorites to make sure that I don't skip over something that we're probably gonna need. All right, so my next tip is to try a few different locations if you have several that are near you. All right, so where we live, we have several different Walmarts that are pretty close to me, and they all have the grocery pickup option. And I have found that some of them are better than others. So I would highly suggest, like if you've gone and you haven't maybe had a stellar experience, maybe try a different Walmart. I have had very different experiences at the two that I have tried. One is much better than the other. And when I say they're much better, the biggest thing is one of them gives better substitutions. I found that there's one, if I go, the substitutions, like if you order something and they didn't have that exact thing, the thing that they substitute it with is not usually as good, where the other Walmart when I go to that one, if they have to substitute something, the thing that they substitute it for is always better. It's always either like instead of the Great Value brand, it's the name brand, or it is the name brand and it's like a 3-pack instead of just a 1-pack, things like that. So definitely, if you haven't had a super great experience at one, don't be afraid to try another. All right, so one of the questions I had, which is also something that I wanted to talk about, is how are they at picking out produce? Normally they're pretty good. A lot of times when they bring out your grocery order, they will let you know right up front if you have any substitutions. And normally, if it's like a really good person at Walmart, they will bring my produce to my window and they will let me check it out. So I can look at it. If anything's bruised or not exactly to my liking, I can reject it and they take it off my order. Now, yeah, I'm gonna have to go pick it up like another time, but that's okay. There have been other times where they pick out my produce and they don't bring it to me to check out. I mean, I'm sure I could have asked for them to, but I just didn't. And then I get home and I realize that my lettuce is crap. In those instances, what I do is I pull up my receipt or my app. I can't remember where it's located. It's either on the app or the receipt, but there is an option for customer service and you just scroll down there. At the bottom of that, you can have them email you or call you. I usually just email because it's just easier that way. I tell them that, hey, my lettuce was crap, or hey, my whatever, and they have always been super helpful, and I usually just get a refund very quickly. So for me, that works fine because lettuce, you know, as long as I didn't eat it like right then, it's not that big of a deal. I can just grab more lettuce when I'm out sometime. I still didn't have to go to Walmart and spend an hour with my kids fighting and talking while I'm trying to concentrate. So for me, it's still worth it. Because if it wasn't great, I'm still gonna get a refund, so I'm not technically out anything. A lot of times though, the produce is really great and I haven't really had many issues with it. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about is substitutions. I do have some tips for that, but I did have a specific question, and it was, how do you deal with or avoid substitutions, especially for things that you need for recipes? And this I've kind of learned by trial and error. I have found that there are certain things that I am totally okay with for substitutions, like waffles, for instance. My kids just want frozen waffles. If I ordered the buttermilk and they substitute them for blueberry or chocolate chip or Eggo versus Great Value, it really doesn't matter. But then there are other things like broccoli. It seems like every time I order the broccoli florets, the frozen ones, they will substitute them for the broccoli pieces, and I don't want the broccoli pieces. As you're filling out your order, as you kind of hit submit, and then there is a screen on there, and I tried to find it so I could give you a screenshot, but I don't think I can see it without actually placing an order, and I don't really need to place an order right now. Somewhere on there though, before you get to the very end, there will be a list of all of the items that you have ordered, and in that list it says, like above it, something about you can either check an item if you do not want any substitutions for that particular item. So things like coffee, certain broccolis, like certain vegetables, or certain things that if I need something very specific, I will just check on there that I do not want any substitutions for that item. If it's something that they're out of, then they'll let me know when I pick up my groceries, and then I will just have to pick that up at a later time. But like I said, for me, it's still completely worth it because I didn't have to go to the grocery store for my entire grocery trip. So if I just need one or two little things and just need to run in and get them, it's not that big a deal. All right, so I think that's it. Everything is pretty straightforward, but the biggest thing to remember is when you arrive, they are going to come to your car and they're going to say, hello, Mrs. Cotton, or whatever your name is. They're going to say, the substitutions that we have for you today are blah, 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 blah. And you can just say those substitutions are fine or those are not fine. If they're not fine, they will take them off your order. You will not actually be charged for them. You can ask to look at your produce. A lot of times they will just show it to you up front. If not, you can certainly ask. And then if it's not up to your quality standards, then they will take it off for you. So don't be afraid to try it out. Every trip hasn't been perfect. I've kind of learned as I go. Like I said, I've learned to kind of work through which items I am willing to take substitutions for and things like that. So it may actually take you a couple of times to kind of figure out what really works for you and what doesn't work. Hopefully these tips are helpful. If you have any other questions for me or anything that you would like for me to address, please let me know down in the comments. If it's something that I can just answer in the comments, I will do that. If I get a ton of questions, I don't really feel like I will, but if I do and I need to make another video, then I will certainly do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new here and not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I have a wide range of things that I like to post on, so hopefully you will find something that you enjoy seeing on a regular basis. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.